Kolkata Knight Riders bowling. Once again, is it that batters win you matches, bowlers win you tournaments? The Knight Riders winning by 8 wickets in the grand final of Tata IPL 2024. 3-time champions now. That gentleman on the left, Shreyas Iyer. Cummins was very good in his first season captaining the Sunrisers team.
Dominance from the Kolkata Knight Riders, and they pick up their 3rd Tata IPL title. And what a way to do it. Venki Iyer, Shreyas Iyer at the end, Remanullah Gurbaz. But it was the bowlers that set up the smiles in the KKR camp. Commiserations to the Sunrisers, and it's a tough one after a brilliant campaign of explosivity. But the Tata IPL champions of 2024, the Kolkata Knight Riders, for the 3rd time, and they do it in some style as well. In Chennai, it will be a long night of celebrations for Shah Rukh Khan and the entire contingent. They were the side that were the most consistent. They were the side that came in at the end of the league stage on top of the standings. They were the side that won that first qualifier, and just like that, they are the side that are now only the 3rd team to be crowned 3-time champions in the Tata IPL. We've got Robin Uthappa, Anil Kumble, AB de Villiers and Shane Watson here. And guys, this is the legacy of KKR that continues. Anil bhai, 2012, 2024, and now 10 years on in 2024 with that 2014 win. Quite special a night.
Very special, because I thought they had a complete team in terms of the playing 11. They had all the options covered. The openers, of course, sort of set the tone with Sunil Narine throughout this tournament being the most valuable player, not just with the bat, but also with the ball. And this man, Gautam Gambhir, that's the common element in all those 3 wins. Yeah. Gautam Gambhir as captain in 12 and 14 and the mentor now in 24. So yes, they certainly deserve to be champions. The way they went about their matches throughout this Tata IPL, they've dominated teams, and they dominated the qualifier, won against SRH, and now in the final again. To come in after losing the toss, getting on to bowl first, and then ensuring that it was set from the first over from Mitchell Starc.
And this man loving it as well, and why not? He's made this quite the family, Shah Rukh Khan, alongside that side. Another element was a part of that championship-winning title way back as well. Robin Uthappa. Robin, just sum up the campaign that KKR have had, because they looked untouchable tonight.
Pure and utter dominance is what I would say about their campaign, this Tata IPL 2024. Just the way they went about the business, the plans, the executions of the plans, the intent, the attitude, the attacking aggressive attitude throughout the tournament is what has brought them trumps. We just saw a picture, a video clip of Sunil Narine and Gautam Gambhir hugging each other and picking each other up. I would say, take a picture of that and frame it. 2 people who don't show emotions at all, showing emotions and letting their emotions come out. And I think that shows how much this means to them. Just those visuals. Take a picture, frame that up, because you won't see that very often.
And we just saw the emotions pouring out from Suhana Khan and Shah Rukh Khan as well. AB, I know unfortunately we have to talk about the fact that it's a feeling that RCB didn't sample this season. But for these men, it has just been a night that they really own the moments. From the very get-go, from Mitch Starc, from the rest of that camp, they didn't put a foot wrong.
That's it, spot on, Sohail. What's the formula to go out and do this? What I saw with KKR is identity this season. I think they had a fantastic auction. They relied on a lot of experienced campaigners who's been there before. Gigi, I see Ryan Tindishkata in the management, who's a KKR legend as well. The Russells, Narines, a bit of identity, the addition of Shreyas Iyer as captain. It just felt like they knew who they were this season, played with freedom. And just a well-balanced team, and obviously Mitchell Starc. What a great buy at the auction. They had a fantastic auction. We knew that, but they went out there in this season and they proved that they were the real deal.
Money well spent in the end on Mitch Starc. Wado, you've sampled that feeling with CSK, with RR as well. But what is this night going to be like for each and every one of these men? Because for the rest of our lives, it's a night that is etched in the legacy of the Tata IPL.
Yeah, it's special for each individual in a different way. Some people, it's towards the back end of their career. Some, it's right at the start of their journey as well. So you accept it and celebrate in different ways for sure. But no doubt, no matter whether you're a senior player or a youngster, it is a moment that you'll cherish for the rest of your life. To be a part of a unit that's come together to be able to perform on the big stage in the IPL and be so dominant throughout the whole season, and then to come in the final and just blow away the opposition shows that you've done a lot of things right throughout in the lead up to the campaign and during the campaign to put it all together like that in the big moments.
And when you speak of that transition, the years that have gone into it as well, Anil bhai, one thing that we've always seen with KKR is the reliance, the ability to back their young Indian talent, whether it was Shubman Gill way back or a young Shivam Mavi to a Rinku to now the likes of Venki Iyer through retention. You've got so many others that have come in, Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora. It shows you that the backbone of this team has been built on a lot of young Indian uncapped talent as well.
Absolutely. I think, IPL, yes, we speak about the international stars who come in and perform like the Mitch Starc, Andre Russell. We saw Phil Salt coming and doing his role at the top and also Sunil Narine. But then the uncapped players, the Indian players, they've gone on. Some of them, the names that you took, some of them have gone on to play for India.
Yeah.
Venkatesh Iyer, Rinku Singh, and Harshit Rana could be next. So they have built a strong Indian foundation that really can go a long way, and retaining them, and based on the retention rules, it could be 4, it could be 6, we don't know. I'm sure Venki Mysore will certainly go around ensuring that he can retain maximum number of players from the squad. So in that, you can continue with that. And then the other aspect to it, Abhishek Nair, some of the players spoke about his role, Chandrakant Pandit, these two certainly understand the domestic players a lot. And you need to work along with these uncapped players over the season, before the start of the season. It's not necessary that you can make a difference when you come into an IPL, but you need to work along with them before that, and I'm sure a lot of work has happened behind the scenes with those uncapped players for them to come in and show the talent that they showed.
There was one of the young men that they invested in, and boy, has that reaped rewards as well. Rinku Singh may not have had needed to do much this season, but he brings so much energy to that squad. Anil mentioned a few names, Robs, and one man that also needs to be mentioned, the man that he said earlier was a fixture along those 3 titles. You've had the pleasure and the opportunity of working with Gigi. What is it about Gautam that he brings to this unit? Because we saw him bring it to LSG, taking them to 2 back-to-back playoffs. Now a title back for KKR after a decade. What do you think he's brought yet again, and what spark is it that he brings?
Well, we've spoken about this quite a few times. I think one of the things he does really well as a leader is that he clearly defines roles. He creates a sense and a feeling of security amongst the group, because you're defining the roles very, very clearly to each player. Everyone feels included. You create a support staff that takes care of everybody. And honestly, there's no rocket science to this. A lot of successful teams have done this. We've seen Mumbai Indians do this, CSK do this, and KKR, when they do this right, it actually works for them. And in the years that Gauti wasn't with the squad, that went amiss a little bit, but the minute he's come back to the tried and tested formula that worked for him as a leader and a captain of this team, and now he's doing it as a mentor, and you can see the fruits of all that work that he's put in.
Yeah, and it's really decisive as well to understand the role of the coaching staff, the management as well. What was that like for you at CSK or at RR? How important a cog is that? While the plaudits all go to the men on the field, and those are the men who are in the limelight constantly, the backroom staff, the Abhishek Nairs, the Chandu Pandits, the Gautam Gambhirs, everyone else that's there, the Bharat Aruns as well. How critical are those components to build a successful team like this?
Oh, it's vitally important. And without that team coming together and really understanding what their roles are and where they fit in. And it seems like Gautam Gambhir came in and really just put the glue together with their backroom staff. And I just know from Rajasthan Royals' perspective, well, Shane Warne was the captain coach, so he was not so much in the background, he was out front and centre and doing his thing as well as being the coach. And the key thing always is defining roles and making it very, very clear what's expected, what you have to do to be able to fulfil that role, but then have that security as Rob said so well, the security around exactly what your role is and the security around your position in the team. So you can go out and play with that absolute freedom. And that's one of the critical functions of players playing at the best and also teams playing at the very best consistently throughout a tournament.
Yeah, and overall, when you look at every role that's come in there, AB, the man there in the centre of those pictures, Shreyas Iyer, he's kind of flown under the radar, but gone about his work quietly with a lot of maturity as well. Your thoughts on his campaign? He came through as a batter when needed. His leadership skills, what did you make of it?
I was mightily impressed. Look, and what we just spoke about, that topic about having a really good coaching staff, someone like a Gigi there was very clear with roles, and everyone seemed very clear about that. And it helps the captain a lot to have that kind of experience around you. But coming back to him, when the spotlight was on him, he performed. He was really good with his composure and his calmness and his body language out there. He sent a really good message to the rest of the team that he's in control as captain and all he can do is follow me. And that's all he wants as players.
And also just a word, AB, on the big boys, because we saw Mitch Starc, given the massive price tag, turned up when the heat was on, turned up when they really needed him to turn up. The likes of Dre Russ, Sunil Narayan, whenever they were thrown the ball or with the bat as well, Sunil Narayan in this season just came through. Just a chat on that big boy unit with the massive, massive names that they come in, the pressure of performance.
Yes, it comes with a lot of pressure, the kind of price tag these guys went for. I'm really good mates with Starkey. I know what he's capable of. And I thought even that was overpaid. But at the end of the day, he came to the party, and not that he knew that I thought that way, but he said, "Hey, you know what, you can just sit in the corner for a while. I'm the man of the moment." And look what he did. When it mattered most, he was nowhere in the first half of that season. And he was backed up by a great bowling attack. Yeah. Everyone played their roles, especially those two spinners. Took a lot of pressure off the seamers just to come out and try and take wickets.
Hate to rub it in, AB, but he's now got an IPL title.
He used to be with RCB. Come on.
There's a lot of men that used to be with RCB, including the likes of Heinrich. We won't go there, you know.
All of us.
We'll spare you. We'll spare you.
All of us here.
All of us here. Including you.
Including me.
Including you, sir.
All of us here. Yeah. That's true. But yeah, we'll save that for another day altogether.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
That is absolutely epic. It kind of goes to show you the kind of season that we've all had as well in our studios.
But just I want to make one point on Shreyas Iyer, the captain. After we come back from this, no, the one point I want to make about Shreyas Iyer is he had a great 50-over World Cup as an individual. After that, he played test matches for India, and then he missed out because of a back injury. He missed out on a central contract from the Indian team. And then that could have certainly muddled his approach to this whole campaign, but that was not to be. So it goes to show that he is hungry, he wants to make a point, he prove a point and then say, look, I'm still, have that hunger to come back and play for India. And that shows a lot of, strength of character and his mindset. So I'm really happy for him and the way he has taken this team along. Of course, he has had some wonderful players around him, but in the end, winning matters.
Yeah, and Robs, you had a second wind when you went to CSK, in many ways rejuvenated your career as well. Your thoughts on exactly what Anil said, the ability to put all that aside. He's not picked for the World Cup either, but to come back and show character and take his team all the way through.
Well, I'm going to say it here. I think he's going to be the future Indian captain.
Wow.
I think next in line perhaps.
Ahead of Shubman.
Maybe even ahead of Shubman, because I feel like he's got the character and I think the wherewithal to actually handle a team. And I think there's a lot he's learnt this season. You got to understand, you're working with Chandrakant Pandit and with Gautam Gambhir and with Abhishek Nair. Three very strong personalities, and you have to navigate through the whole season with these three personalities and still have your way whilst learning a lot of things along the way. So that's not easy to navigate through an entire IPL season whilst performing, giving your best out there when you go out there, make the right decisions and calls on the field, and he's done all of that. and with utter dominance through the season. So that tells you a lot about his character and what he believes he is capable of. And I think because of that, he sets himself up in the right position to kind of place himself in the conversation of being the next Indian captain. Even with everything that went through after the World Cup, his back injuries, and not getting the central contract, a lot of conjecture about what is happening. He's seldom spoken about it. I think just before the final, there was something else he touched upon, and I think that goes to show that he's got his sights clear on what he's setting out to do for himself and for the teams that he represents. And I think this is just the beginning of what we're going to see of the leader that Shreyas Iyer is and is going to be.
We know there's an Indian coaching vacancy. Who knows whether the combinations from here might settle in somewhere else as well. But overall, moments like these, they don't come by very often. We saw absolute jubilation, elation, hilarious conversations with the likes of Rinku and everyone else. What is it like when you've spent 66 days within a unit, so much more in the camps coming in, not knowing whether you have the goods, and then you turn up 2 months later knowing you're crowned champions of the Tata IPL?
Yeah, I'm sure KKR, the players and the support staff, would have got a feeling within probably a week of coming together that, geez, something's special here. Whether just the blend of where people are at right here and now and the way the team's gelling together, you get that sense at times that there's something really special that's brewing here. And then to be able to actually turn that into performance and then get across the line like they have tonight is something incredibly special. And you want to be able to bottle it and take that to every team that you go to be able to bring those pieces of the puzzle together. And that comes from individual performances, individual people, being able to really buy into exactly what's required, adding value to the team, and knowing that if you do that, if everyone comes together and everyone's in the same direction, then you can wear those champions T-shirts, as we can see right there, at the end of the campaign.
Yeah, and it's been a brilliant campaign as well. AB, just a word also on the Sunrisers, because a lot of great work being done there. It's a team that gave us a new brand of cricket, celebrated across their city as well. And they've fallen just short, but we've got to say, had a terrific unit all through.
A really good season. They don't have changed too much. I think, if anything, maybe looking at spin department, similar issue than RCB. Well, it's nice to speak about issues when you've made the final. But I do think maybe one mystery spinner, a backup for Markande would be nice, just to have that option. But other than that, it looks sound and solid there with Victoria's coach, Cummins as captain, fantastic batting unit, really good seamers. Maybe just that one spinner that they will go and fetch in that auction, I think.
Yeah, they had a terrific campaign in 2024, given that they finished rock bottom in the last Tata IPL. What a comeback, what a resurrection for the Sunrisers it's been. But from tonight's encounter, there were several brilliant performances, but one man, Mitch Starc, led from the front and gave us our charged performance of the day.
Charged performance of the day.
Mitch Starc with absolute heroics in his 3 overs. Watto, is that the ball of the tournament for you?
Absolutely. And what a time to be able to do it as well. First over of the final, and to get one of the stars of the show out, Abhishek Sharma. Mitchell Starc, it's just brilliant to be able to see how it came together. He was way off the mark early on in the tournament, even like halfway, 3/4 of the way through the tournament, with a couple of little moments of brilliance here and there. But the last 2 games, the qualifier 1 and then the final, he was at his very, very best. So look, that was awesome and what was needed for KKR, but that's amazing, exciting times for Australia as well, knowing that that's the form that Mitchell Starc is in going into a T20 World Cup coming up as well.
Binger, welcome, firstly. Your beloved KKR have got over the line in tremendous fashion. But you've been talking about Mitch Starc. You actually called that first night that he sort of came back alive. Just take us through the setup of Abhishek tonight, because a lot of us obviously saying that has to be up there as the ball of the tournament. What do you reckon?
Yeah, so they were going wide, which is where they've got the wickets previously. And then he throws in, that was the one that went for 2, and that one there. So it's wide, then straight. But when I say straight, it's like a boomerang. I mean, it's gone around corners. If I had to do Binger's ball of the season after the IPL final, that would have been it. I mean, it just shows class. It shows he's a big game player. Yes, there's a huge price tag, but that's the reason why they've paid that amount of money. You know, he's worth it, he's earned it, and his lengths, his lines tonight was simply outstanding.
Yeah, outstanding. Brilliant. And what a time to come good as well for KKR, Mitch Starc. Anil, players like that, we often see them turn up in the biggest of moments. And Mitch Starc, it's almost been a season of two halves, almost a playoff Mitch Starc and a pre-playoff Mitch Starc. What is it about him and a few others around that unit that seem to have just turned up when all the chips were on them?
I think the challenge of putting your hand up in a season where you know that you have not been at your best, number one. Number two, it's also the pride. And you know that you have the skill set. It's just a matter of getting your rhythm back, and you know how you can get your rhythm back. Maybe that 1 week off, after that rained-off game against GT, of course, they had to travel to Guwahati and then come back. But in the end, that week off maybe just to take the game away, head away from the game and then just come back and run in and bowl. And you could see the rhythm back with Mitch Starc. And to have that kind of a influence just in the first over of a final changes the whole complexion as well.
Robs, how hard is it to recalibrate mid-season as a batter, as a bowler? Just a mindset as well when you're in a bit of a slump. We saw so much waywardness from Mitch Starc through those first 7 or 8 games, and it seems like he's a new bowler altogether with all the pressure in the world of the price tag needing to come good as the team was still doing well. How hard is it to make those mini adjustments while the season is on?
Well, it's hard, but he's a man of high standards, and we've seen that. He's shown that to us over the course of his career. He's always made sure that when push comes to shove and when you need performances, he's the kind of person that you look to. We've seen him do this in multiple World Cup finals and semi-finals. We've seen him do this in Test championships, in the Ashes. We've seen him turn up, right? So this isn't new for him. So in the first six to 7 games, he probably would have felt like, okay, I'm not working up to scratch here. I need to really set myself apart and do something special. And then I think the lack of performances in the first 6 games probably motivated him to kind of come out and put his entire body on the line and his mindset on the line to be able to bring up the best performances out of himself. And he's certainly done that. He's shown to everyone in the IPL and involved in the IPL why he's worth his weight in gold.
I think the other thing too, like he almost looked like he wasn't finishing off his action the first 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
Then he came with a tooth, then I think he got a 4 for.
It's just the weight of all that money as he charged in. Initially.
That can cause injuries. And
Once more, Travis Head is going back. The sunrise has rocked. It swung away from him. It is Swing doing it for the Kolkata Knight Riders.
That's the stop ball of Vaibhav Aurora. Must be about 8 or 9 wickets now this season in the power play. So he does his job in those first 6 overs a lot as well. Look at the seam position. Look at the length. And Travis Head likes to stay leg side of the ball. No problems with the leg there for Rahmanullah Gurbaz. The hands do the work. And once again, as was the case in the last 2 games, problems in the batting power play. Head goes without scoring, 6 for 2.
That's up in the air. This could be another one. That's up in the air. This could be another one. That's up in the air. This could be another one. Ramandeep takes it. Number 3 goes down.
लंगूर 4 लंगूर और लंगूर अमेजिंग ना।
सवाल लंगूर का नहीं सुबू सर, वैरायटी का है।
देन पार्लेज वेफर्स, पार्ले रस्क, लंदन जेरी वैरायटी।
सवाल वैरायटी का तो जवाब पार्ले, नाम तो सुना ही होगा।
Winning the final, and of course he gives the crowd plenty to cheer about as well. The charm of Shah Rukh Khan going with the explosivity and the tenacity of the KKR unit as well. But guys, let's just bring it back a little bit to Gautam Gambhir and what he suddenly brought in, because that injection, it seems to be something with him as well. We spoke about Andy Flower and the numbers there, but when you look at his numbers as captain and as mentor as well, playoffs in 2011, champions in 2012 and 14, of course, now as mentor in 2024, then the league stage a couple of times in 13 and 15, playoffs yet again in 16, 17, then went to LSG, playoffs with a new franchise in 22, 23. Bigger, what is it about this man? He's got a half smile there in that picture, which is good to see.
The photographer needs a raise because they've captured him smiling, which is, he smiled 3 times, I reckon. It's been for the 3 championships. So, look, he's everywhere he's been, he's had success, not only as a player, but also as a captain, as a mentor, and now as a coach. So, look, you've got to take your hat off to Gautam Gambhir. What he does around the team, the way he backs his players, the way that he continues to put his players first, I think it's a true credit to him as a person, and congratulations. And look, he's an intense person. He's a
Stark on the big day once again.
Terrific bowling, because he started outside the off stump with the previous 4 deliveries, worked his way on the inside incrementally. And you talk about this from a coaching perspective all the time, hit the top of off. And an early one down in the power play again. Big from Mitch Stark. 2 to Abhishek, 2 for 1.
Well. One more. Once more. Travis Head is going back. The Sunrise has a rocked. It swung away from him. It is swing doing it for the Kolkata Knight Riders.
That's the stop ball of Vaibhav Aurora. Must be about 8 or 9 wickets now this season in the power play. So he does his job in those first 6 overs a lot as well. Look at the seam position, look at the length, and Travis Head likes to stay leg side of the ball. No problems with the leg there for Ramanula Gurbaz. The hands do the work. And once again, as was the case in the last 2 games, problems in the batting power play. Head goes without scoring, 6 for 2.
That's up in the air. This could be another one. Ramandeep takes it. Number 3 goes down. Once again, it's Mitchell Stark. And the top order already in disarray. Number 3 goes down. Once again, it's Mitchell Stark. And the top order already in disarray.
Well, not the best shot that you will see. You've lost 2 wickets. He looked to play the flick shot off his pads. Got the leading edge because the ball was moving away. And we've already seen Ramandeep take a spectacular catch in the tournament. This was very easy by comparison. Though all the catches that go up in the air and when they come out in the darkness are not easy. Yes, you can say what you want, Mr. Tripathi, but you've got to go back to the pavilion. 21 for 3.
That's well played. That's 6. Angel 1, Super 6. And this is turning out to be a big over. When you've been rattled, you've lost 3 wickets, you want an over like this. 16 has come off it already, 1 ball to go. This gets into quick position. This uses the pace, clears the fence easily.
Smart play as well, only a backward square to beat.
Oh, they go up. The finger has gone up. change this is from Rana. 3 slower deliveries. And then one with real pace at 146 clicks. Leaves the right-hander, gets the outside edge. And they are 4 down now, Sunrisers.
Oh, that's excellent bowling, isn't it? Look at the way the ball moves just a little bit away. Oh, what a beauty. Not a little bit, it moved. Terrific. Wonderful bowling that. It's a terrific delivery. So Nitish gone for unlucky 13. It's 4 down 47.
Straight to the fielder. Straight to the fielder. This is a huge moment. Andre Russell has come and taken a wicket again. And Markram's iffy season gets even more iffy. He's gone for 20. They were in trouble before, they're in quicksand now, I'm afraid, the Sunrisers.
Yeah, absolutely right, Harsha Bhogle. It is curtains almost for Sunrisers here. It's Andre Russell. We're talking about big players like in the big occasion. Andre Russell, he's got the golden arm. How many times do we see this from the big man? He's a brilliant cricketer, he's a powerful cricketer, and he knows the big moments in franchise cricket. He's just a tremendous talent, is Andre Russell. Aiden Markram, he goes for 20. It's a problem. 62 for 5. Heinrich Klaasen can go out and just start swinging.
This time, right on the edge of the circle. It's the other batter who's gone swinging. And his swing has taken him back to the pavilion, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the batting's been poor. The shot selection has been poor. My goodness, what are we seeing here in the final? We didn't deserve to see this. 73 brilliant games of cricket leading into the final, and now we're starting to see this. Oh, goodness me. Kolkata Knight Riders, they are bossing this game. They're owning this game. Have they owned it already? Talk about Heinrich Klaasen and who he's got to bat with. He might need to face every single delivery from here on in, because Shabazz has gone for 8. 6 for 71.
50. Oh, brilliant! Brilliant catch by Ramanullah Gurbaz! And Russell, who's done brilliant work in the middle overs all season, he tightens the noose.
Yes, and I think that noose was fairly tight before this. He's almost finishing off Sunrisers here, is Andre Russell. We just talked about he's a wicket taker, he's a big match player. Loves the big moments in the game. Mitchell Starc, he caught the previous one. Andre Russell, well, he's on fire. He is turning this game KKR's way. It's not really been anywhere near Sunrisers. Nowhere. Samad gone for 4. 7 down.
He's got him straight away! KKR lighting up the chipper, and that is the big wicket of Heinrich Klaasen gone!
Again, the slower delivery. The slower delivery. He's bowled it so well. We saw that in the game at the Eden Gardens. Those slower deliveries were the ones that helped KKR beat SRH by just a few runs. There it is, the slower off spinner, dragging the ball onto the stump, looking to play the big shot. Maybe just a little turn there, and that's what defeated. The shot got the inside edge. And Shah very happy, and why not? 16 to Klaasen, 90 for 8 in the 15th over.
He hasn't hit it. Starc is underneath it. Big hands, drops it. That is so very rare from Mitchell Starc. Aussie drops Aussie.
And it's also not the Aussie way of catching. If you hear any of the Australians, they say, put your fingers up to the sky. Mitchell Starc doesn't do that. I noticed that with the first catch that he took off Andre Russell.
For example, last 4 innings, 3 zeros. Now this is
A look again at the catch being put down. Well, he's safe as houses most of the time.
Now, has he pushed it back in? Andre Russell, first of all, has done a great job getting there. Didn't have anyone in support to throw the ball to. He doesn't know, but has some part of his foot touched the rope. He's given the 6 already. That was a pace-on ball, over 140. Oh, yes. Very late to throw the ball back in. I actually think he did well to get there. Yeah! Oh, that should be out. That should be out. Now the lights have come on. What's happened here?
The lights came on, but the bill didn't drop off, I think.
That's exactly what happened. The lights went and then disappeared. Just checking if the bails are still on. So they must have just flicked the stump.
Now it must have had a little
for
inside edge.
LBW, given not out on field. I've checked the placement of feet. It's a fair delivery. Starting with the split screen, please. Okay, rolling through. Yeah, it's close to the bat. I'll just have Aldridge, please. Confirm. Okay, Aldridge coming up now. Okay, flat line. Yeah, keep rolling through. Keep rolling through at the pad. Okay, no bat involved. So ball tracking when available, please. Okay, original decision is not out. Pitching outside off, impact is in line, and it's hitting the wickets, Nitin. So I'll get you to reverse your decision from not out to out. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen signal.
Exactly. The only thing that could have saved him was if there was a little inside edge. We now know it was going on to hit the stump, so it was a bit of a no-brainer that. And Sunil Narayan gets a wicket too. 1-1-3 for 9 now.
Yeah, it's just relentless today, KKR. They've just not stepped off the gas today in the field. All the bowlers contributing. Another one goes down, and they've gone down like 9 pins. 113 for 9.
How well has he timed that ball? Not well enough. This time Stark will catch it. And I'm afraid it's over for the Sunrisers with the bat. Ball out for just 113 with 9 balls left. The lowest total in an IPL final, not something left. The lowest total in an IPL final, not something they would have wanted to put their name against. But this is not about the Sunrisers. This is about a fantastic bowling display from the Kolkata Knight Riders. Every bowler who had the ball has taken a wicket.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. While you can perhaps lament a low score, it is doing a disservice to what KKR have done, not only now, but across the season with the ball in hand. There's still work to do with the bat. Russell has been outstanding. Stark has come to life in the second half of the season. And the spinners through the middle and Harshit Rana, outstanding.
Kumar. And down the track goes Gurbaz.